Good morning. My name is Sept, and I'm the Vice President of the Spanish Honor Society. And I would like to welcome you all to Oxon Hill High School's annual Patriots Day Remembrance. Now, before we officially begin, I would like to introduce to you all the panel of our Patriots Day Remembrance. So we have our Chief of Staff, Mayor Green. Lieutenant Colonel Branch. Who is Principal Dr. Cadet. Our Student Ambassador President. Our Student Government Association President, Marcel Adams. Our Senior Class President, Zaki Martin. Our Junior Class President, Kaya Blair. Our Sophomore Class President, Peyton Hawkins. Our Freshman Class President, Lucia Adol. Our Student Government Association Vice President, Janae McCoy. Our Student Government Association sponsor, Ms. Paulette Brown. Our project manager for today's event, Jasmine Johnson. And our freshman tax reformer, Anthony Wimbish. Now I pass it along to Mr. Marcel Adams.
Good morning.
Good morning.
12 years ago, our nation was struck by 4 planes. Many of us were young, and many of us don't remember the event. However, we all should remember the purpose of commemorating the event. Because you see, instead of dividing and the nation splitting apart, we all came together. We cared for each other, we loved one another, and we helped one another. Because you see, here at Oxon Hill, we should all love one another, and we should all care for each other. We should all stick together no matter what, because we're one Clipper family. Thank you.
Now we will have Mayor Green share some factual information about today's event.
Good morning, Oxon Hill. I'm Cadet Captain Green, our Chief of Staff for this year, and I'm also part of the class of 2014. Our former President, George W. Bush, gave a speech to Congress on September 20th, 2001, and this is a part of what he said. After all that has just passed, all the lives taken, and all the possibilities and hopes that died with them, it is natural to wonder if America's future is one to fear. Some speak of an age of terror. I know that there are struggles ahead and dangers to face, but this country will define our times, not be defined by them. As long as the United States of America is determined and strong, this will not be an age of terror. This will be an age of liberty here and across the world. Today is the 12th year anniversary of the attack in New York on the Twin Towers and the World Trade Center. As you know, we mourn the lives that were lost, mothers and fathers, brothers and sisters, friends and co-workers, everyone that has died. But we should always remember those who were there to aid us. Firefighters, police officers, military men, the teachers that were there to console their students, and the citizens that were there to aid our nation. America will always be strong, and our flags and banners will always wave. May we forever be the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Now we will have a performance from our Stella Award-winning choir, directed by Dr. Emily Anderson.
Good morning. I remember years ago when we got the news about the plane that hit the Pentagon, and two of our choir members' mother worked in the office where the plane had hit. Just so happened, although we were very nervous about whether that mother was injured or not, she decided that morning to delay her going to work. Had she went into work at the time, she would have been affected by the plane. But it scared her so much until she relocated to Fort Lauderdale, Florida. But we will always remember that there are families that still remember those who were lost in the 9/11, and that affected Oxon Hill High School too. And I was here to feel that, and I feel that then, now I feel it now, that we should give the respect of those families who lost family members in this situation. We had one young boy that went to my church who was on a trip, and one of the planes he was on, and he was killed. And his mother could not understand why this had to happen to her child. But today she has been healed as time passed on, but we're going to continue to pray for all of our families that was affected by the 9/11 tragedy.
have Ms. Brown make a statement remembering and honoring the loved ones that have fallen.
Faculty and students, this is a very solemn time for me. I honestly remember it. I remember that day as if it were yesterday. I stand here trying to get myself together. Many of you were so young, and some of you have told me, Ms. Brown, I do remember. Some of you, your parents have actually talked to you about it. Some of you, your parents who choose not, have never said anything to you about it. That day, I need to share something with you about Oxon Hill High School. Dr. Andrews talked about one of his church members being in the midst of the commotion. And I look at Joy's writing, and she talks about the sirens, the screams, the body, the fear, the American spirit, never forgetting September 11th. I'm going to show you two pictures. The young lady here at the top. This is Valerie Russell at the top. Valerie Russell was one of my peer mediators, always willing to help anyone in conflict. I remember Valerie well. Valerie came from Eugene Burroughs Middle School. Valerie Russell, the 9th grader. Dad worked at the Pentagon. We had to pull Valerie out of class. Valerie's father was dead. And at the bottom picture, this is a picture of me comforting a student, Letitia Pierce. Her brother, Rodney Dickens, attended a Washington, D.C. school student. He was on the airplane that was targeted and actually hit the Pentagon. So, when you say, why do we continue to have the remembrance? And that's because Oxon Hill High School was right in the thick of it. And I'll never forget Colonel Holsky always talking about how he saw the billowing flames, the smoke, not the flames, excuse me, coming from the Pentagon. We are a centrally located school. Students, and we say, we'll never forget, don't forget. We were hit. It happened in New York. It happened in Pennsylvania. And then it happened at the Pentagon. So I say to you, don't ever forget. If you don't know what we're talking about today, read. Find out exactly what we're talking about. We are a very strong nation. The students before me, they said it so well. We are strong. We are America. God bless America. God bless you. God bless you. And I say that to you as I look into your faces because you don't realize how strong you really are. You don't realize that there is a lot in you. You play in the hallway, but students, you are brilliant. Be strong. Be proud that you are an American. Because you never know what's going to happen. Our President Obama, he does the best that he can with our military to protect us, our county police, our firemen. They are always working with us. But where do you stand? You have got to find the real you, stand up, be counted, and say, I'm going to do the best that I can because I am an American. Don't let any of our messages go over your head, students. You are Clippers. We talk about Clipper pride. Valerie had Clipper pride. Her father was a good man. She lived right up here on Lindsay, Southmore. So students, I say to you, yes, this is a sad day. No, we will not forget. Yes, we will stand up for America. Yes, we will be proud. Yes, we will do our best. So,
what I want to do is just give you some of my perspective of what happened that day, which is that day. I was sitting in the squadron at Andrews Base when the first plane hit. TVs came on. TVs came on. TVs came on. We watched the news, and then the second plane hit. Everything stopped. We all started trying to figure out where our people were. Because in the National Guard, we had people across the country who were at their jobs. Right about then, we were trying to figure out where people were. Then we got the news that the Pentagon got hit. I personally know and see on a regular basis 3 people who were sent to make sure that there were no further attacks, because there was one plane that was still unaccounted for. A plane that was over that eventually crashed in Pennsylvania. One guy, Major Billy Hutchison, was on a training mission. He had no ammunition, no bombs. He was directed, low fuel, to head up the Potomac River and look for any aircraft that is coming toward D.C. He was directed not to allow that plane to make it to this area. Shortly after that, we got two other airplanes, other F-16s airborne. One was piloted by Lieutenant Colonel Mark Sasseville, the other by Captain Heather Penny. They did not have enough time to load those aircraft with actual ammunition, and they were given the same orders. 3 people and 3 aircraft were out to make sure that we were not hit by another aircraft in this area. The only thing they were thinking about is how to do this. The only weapon they had was the aircraft itself. And their hope was, if they saw the airplane, they were going to ram it. And they were going to hope that they had time to eject so that they could survive. That wasn't their first priority. Their first priority was to get the plane stopped so that no more people were attacked here in the D.C. area. After the attack on the Pentagon, there was a massive response by first responders. Your firefighters, you see them every day. Your police officers, you see them every day. When most of us run or walk briskly from danger, they're the ones that come in to help us. It usually happens when bad things happen and when the weather's bad. We rely on it. So just think about that. And since that day, for the past 12 years, every single day, there have either been airplanes airborne above the Capitol, or there have been airplanes on the ramp at Andrews Air Force Base that can be airborne within minutes to make sure that this area is not attacked again. And this is not the only region of this country where they have that response. For 2 days after, the entire airspace over the United States was shut down. There wasn't a single plane that flew if it was not a military aircraft. That has never happened before in the United States. That's the enormity of what happened, and that's the response that the government had to this attack. So, just to give you, again, that's a little bit of perspective from what I saw and what I experienced during that time. So please, on this day, especially every year and throughout the year, take a second, take a moment, and remember what people are willing to do to ensure our safety. Thank you.
I would ask if you would all please take part of a moment of silence for today's remembrance. Thank you. Now we will have our closing remarks by Dr. Sept.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. One of the most significant slogans that came out of today is that freedom is not free. A lot of the freedoms that we enjoy today are paid by the lives and sacrifice of many others. On this day of remembrance and moving forward, you should always, always consider how to be a better person for those around you. Make sure that you tell those that you love them, because many people on this morning 12 years ago did not do that, and they will never have the opportunity to do so again. Also, think about being a better person and a caring person to those around you. On today, 12 years ago, we saw the greatest outpouring of love, care, compassion, sympathy, and just outpouring brotherly and sisterly love towards one another. That is something that we as a school, that we as Clippers should emulate on a daily basis. Always remember that your life is a legacy. That someday someone will stand up to remember you. The question is, what will they remember? You need to make sure that you live every day to its fullest. Make sure that you are being as positive as you can be, and make sure that you show that love and appreciation for those who have paved the way for you. Thank you.